Good morning. So lately and historically, I've often got the question. That's a great question. Love the question. I love good questions. Do I invest in my retirement accounts or do I pay off my mortgage? Or do I invest in my 401k or do I pay off my credit card debt? And before I can get into that, I want to explain the difference between good debt and bad debt, appreciating asset, depreciating asset. So a good debt, if we're talking about a good debt or a good asset that you own, a good debt is something where you borrow money at a low fixed interest rate that allows you to build something. So right now you can get a mortgage for 3% or under. It's February 2021. So here in Phoenix, real estate has historically grown at about 5%. So if you're borrowing money at 3%, you're making 2% on the bank's money. 2% rate of return for nothing. That's 2 pennies that you're getting for someone else's money. That's pretty nice. That's a good debt. Now, a bad debt would be if you, buy a depreciating asset, perhaps a vehicle, perhaps a consumable asset, like a fancy meal, and you put it on a credit card, or you put it on a loan that has a substantial interest. So let's say you put it on a credit card, you're paying 25%. That is a bad debt for you. Now, for those that own the credit card company's stock, that's a great debt for them because they're getting your 25 cents on the dollar. And your asset that you're paying 25 cents on the dollar for was either consumed or is depreciating at different rates. So good assets appreciate. Bad assets depreciate or are consumed. Good debts help you grow. If you borrow money at a low interest rate to go to school and get an education that's going to allow you to get higher wages, or possibly the same wages but have a much more fulfilled life, that can be good debt. If you go to school, you do 10 years of college, rack up hundreds of grands of debt, and aren't making an economic improvement, or turns out you hate that job, that was a very bad debt because it didn't help you build anything. It helped you consume an education that is now gone. A practical education is an appreciating asset. It enhances your value. It's very important. So back to the original question. So let's say you've got an extra $1,000 a month. Do you use that $1,000 a month or use that extra $1 a month to save 3 cents off of your mortgage payments going forward for every dollar you put in per year? Or do you invest it in an appreciating asset that is growing at 5 cents, 5% a year? Tyler, what do you think?
I'll choose a nickel over a penny any day.
5 cents is bigger than 3 cents. Easy decision. And that's the core answer to this question. The percent rates will change given the markets, given the interest rates, given the internal rate of return on your portfolio. The variables will change. Now, I do remember in the late 90s, when the internal rate of return on the stock market was about 3%, and the cost of debt was a nickel and 2 pennies, 7% per dollar. All right, Tyler, 3 cents on appreciating asset or pay off 7 cents on a debt?
Pay off 7 cents on the debt.
7's bigger than 3. There's the answer. So if you keep this in mind, that'll help you phenomenally when it comes to, do I pay off, do I save, or do I grow? Hopefully also keep in mind, good debt, good asset that appreciates. And a good asset has a high growth rate. A good debt has a low cost, if that makes sense. A bad asset depreciates. Cash in and of itself is a depreciating asset. A bad debt is one that doesn't help you grow. You consumed it, or what you used the cash from that debt to buy is now depreciating. Very advanced concepts. I hope this really helps understand it, and I hope this is a functional tool that you guys can use. So next videos, we'll talk about ways to increase your appreciating assets by tax efficiencies and strategies. So remember, be intentional, be good. That's my 6 cents. And hopefully it'll help you appreciate.